Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hi.
I knew he'd forget.
Did we forget something?
Can I do Rob? Can I intro? Please?
Do you remember what we were talking about?
I remember.
Okay.
Can I do it?
Right, very good. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hi, everybody. It's your old pal, Rob Spiewak.
Oh, I remember
And
now.
we've got a big treat for you
There,
today.
now he remembers.
The
I knew he
Beatles
was
are
going to
here.
forget.
Yeah.
Let's open that door.
Is that why you reminded
and
me?
have them come in. Again, the Beatles, Rob. Or Oscar.
Hello. Rob, you forgot the bit, and I think it's basically your bit. It's your bit, man.
Well, you know, sometimes.
Let's take it from. We'll start again and give Rob a second chance.
Oh, okay.
And
No, I don't think that's wise.
Well, no, you blew it.
Well, of
You
course
blew it.
I
It
did,
was
and here's how Oscar would
I
handle
knew.
it.
You know why? I know because you have this snarky. You know when you talk about your when you were at family reunions and your father would say like quiet time. You get that kind of vibe sometimes before the show, and you had it today. And I knew that you were being.
I
like
love that you've got all my faults just on a
you
list,
were slicky
ready
boy
to
Rob.
go. That's
And
me
I
all
said-
over.
You said, remind you. I told you like 3 minutes before the show we were
Exactly.
going to do the Beatles bit.
By Rob gets a second chance, I get to do Rob again, or Rob gets to do Rob?
I not
You
that
see,
I
I don't think a second
not
chance
that I don't
is necessary.
love you. Not that I don't love you setting up bits, but and here's the thing: we were doing this sort of casually. I said, "Hey, that's fun. That'll introduce the mailbag, and we'll do it with the Beatles because you like the Beatles. I'll let you take it away." And
I don't know, Mike.
Said,
When I'm Slicky Boy Rob and Snarky Rob, you know I can't be trusted.
just
Way
like
too
that.
slick.
That's what you're good at today.
No, but you see, you're throwing it right
That's
at
what
me.
you're being. That's what you're being really good at today.
Well, let me
being
be-
a fucking smart ass and not thinking about the show. So I'm giving you a second chance to do it and not be a fucking smart ass. And let's just do it the way we were going to do it. That's the way we were going to do it. Because to be honest with you, I could jump right into the letters that we have today, but I figured you're the one that came to me and said we'll do kind of a different voice thing every week,
Right.
And I said, hey, how about we were just doing some Beatles stuff, and the joke will be that now I'm explaining the joke.
No,
now
and
I've
I would
gone
like
too
to.
far.
I'd like to apologize to you and to everybody, but as Oscar would say, I own it. I blew it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you can't. And the whole point I was trying to make was, at the beginning, the reason I know you well enough to know when you're kind of in that mode, and you were performing.
I was distracted.
You were performing before the show began.
I was distracted.
And sometimes
And I'm
when
sorry.
that happens. Let's start. Do you want to take it from the very top?
Oh no, I
and do
think
it
that would be
way?
just silly.
Now I need you to regroup, though.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. 100%.
Is this the? Did I have it right though? A little bit about the things that got you in trouble in school that you've been telling us about recently.
No, I don't
where
think
you would
that's
be
exactly it. I think what it
bit
was.
of a wise ass. Is that
we had a-
self-described wise ass?
Yes, well, we had a bit of a stumble as we were a little late starting, and I just,
Right.
you know what? I was not zoned in 100%, and for that, I'm
Exactly.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Well, shall we? Do you think we can? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, you can
Oscar.
save it. I think we should do it.
We
I
should
think
do it.
We should do the bit.
Well, because the concept, Rob, do you remember what the concept was going to be? Do
I
you remember?
do.
It's very brief. It was
100%.
very
100% I remember.
It doesn't. Okay, let's try it.
Please say.
right,
All right,
then,
3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Thursday edition of the Mike O'Mara Show. And as we love to start with the mailbag, this is very exciting because Waiting Without, about to come in, ladies and gentlemen, to give you your birthdays. The greatest rock and roll band of all time. Please let us bring them in. The fabulous.
I thought we were going to bring him in one at a time.
I didn't. And you see, you were never clear about that. I thought they
we
were.
kind of alluded to the fact that we were going to bring them in one at a time because the bit was going to be a certain theme. Do you remember that theme?
Well,
do you remember what the theme was going to be?
The theme, you see, I took away a different theme than you then.
See, the theme was going to be that they all sounded alike.
You see, and that was the
That
thing
I
is
was
that the
gonna do
Beatles were
each
going
Beatle
to
and
come
say,
in.
Here's Ringo, and I'm like, okay, so it would be, hello Rob, How are you?
Hi, Ringo.
It's good to be with you.
How
Hello,
are
it's
ya?
Ringo. Nice seeing you. I gotta step out for a second.
See you later.
I'll send the
I know
other-
you're on
I'll send
tour.
The other guys back in.
There you go. All right. And now the late George Harrison.
Hello, Rob. I hear you're a good fan of my music. I know you like my music, don't
Right,
you?
I do. I love
Yeah,
it.
you really
You might
do,
be my
yeah.
favorite Beatle. I'm so
Thanks
sorry
so much.
you passed.
But it was Paul.
Speaking of the living, and speaking of Paul, he's alive, and here he is, Sir Paul McCartney.
Hello, Rob. It's Paul. It's Paul. How you doing?
How you doing?
I hope you're doing really well. I understand you're having a tough beginning of the show.
No, I think it's great.
And Tony's got to already edit out some of the F words, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Hey, which one
Absolutely.
of you started the Monkees?
Thank you. Oscar Santana has no memory
yeah.
prior to 1970.
So long, Paul. You know what? That was great that Oscar threw in that, what we like to call a saber. And here is John Lennon.
Well, now I got Yoko. I got Yoko with me. That's what I tried to do.
I was
Jesus,
hoping
enough.
Yoko would be there.
Yeah, I know. I tried. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. All right.
Excellent.
Jesus Christ. All right. Hey, it's mailbag time. We haven't renamed it. It's the mailbag.
No, we did rename it.
What is it?
It's called, Mike. It has got a name.
It's all about you.
It's all about you. Yeah. That's right. All about you, the listener. Time for the mailbag now. Tighter and brighter for your listening pleasure. Happy Thursday, everybody. Ryan James Lewes. Or Lewes.
It's
And,
Lewes.
now, this town in Pennsylvania, I'm not sure if I'm going to get the pronunciation right, but it seems to be Perkasie.
That's how I would say it, yes.
Perkasie, Pennsylvania. Perkasie, Pennsylvania. He was born May 18th. So, Ryan, happy birthday to you. Brian LeCompte of Maryland is turning 43. Seth Frumkin, Owings Mills, Maryland. No age given. Jerk.
Yeah, come on.
I
Give
think-
us some detail.
Wait, hold on. Isn't that the son of the Jeopardy guy?
No, I don't think there's any relation because I think that's Frumpkin, isn't it?
Well, it's Frumkin. It's Seth Frumkin, and isn't it Josh Frumkin that's the Jeopardy guy?
Josh Frumpkin is the Jeopardy guy, and he has a wife, but I think their kid is very little. I don't think this is a relative at all.
Well, if it's a baby, you just called the baby a jerk. That's the whole reason I was bringing
No, it's
that
not
up.
the baby.
No.
It's not the baby.
Uh,
This guy
Bill
wrote me.
Bill Finn of Rochester, New York, is turning 51. Fred Banks, 51 years young. Connie Hanna, that's a cool name. That's a good name for a female dish. Stay tuned for the Connie Hanna program.
Connie Hanna.
On most of these stations. She was born June 7th. Mark Vierkant from Montgomery, Texas. He's turning 45, you see. And Ken Horn of Elk Grove, California is 69.
Yeah.
Ooh, sexy. Yeah. Anyway, let's get right to your letters. Ben Royal writes to us. Oh, and by the way, I didn't do this very well last time. Ponyboy@MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Yes.
Ponyboy@MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you want us to read one of your letters every Thursday, we do them. And if you'd like to get one in there, send it to Ponyboy@MikeO'MaraShow.com. And, sometimes we'll bring our Facebook letters in as well. But mostly, we want to get it to Ponyboy if you've got something you want said on the show. Ben Royal writes, TMOS, when are you humps going to announce the details for your Maine trip? I'd like to meet the crew if you're having a Maine meet and greet. Well, I don't like your tone, Ben.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like your tone at all. But to be honest with you, we're discussing certain things that are going to require, I believe, an extraordinary effort on the part of the listeners.
Have you been thinking about that second location that I suggested yesterday?
Yes, I have.
It's
Yes,
a
I
great
have.
place.
And, who knows, maybe some television coverage for the old show again.
Yes.
Up in mainland. So the second location is the close one, right, Rob, that you were
Yes,
talking about?
It's owned by two people.
I believe, seriously,
It would be
that
ideal.
everything we do up there could take place at that location.
I agree
would be very, very
100%.
happy.
Yeah.
Is that the
Very
one with
happy.
the battleship or the pirate ship in front of it?
It's the one with the giant lobster in front of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike,
That's right up the street?
You've narrowed it down to like 75,000 buildings in Maine.
See? That
Yeah.
was my idea. Anyway, we'll let you know, Ben, and we are planning on a meet and greet. We wouldn't all be going up there if we weren't going to get together with the people that support this show in New England. Ben writes, thanks for all the laughs, you jerks. Fondly, S.A.D. Ben Royal. And, of course, that's the Royal Ben.
Yes, of course.
From Bill in Buffalo. Does Rob have any updates on Obama's favorite Somalian youth, Lil Jabril? Been a tough week for the Obama administration.
Yeah, I do have a Jabril update, though. Carrie actually ran into Miss Amina in the neighborhood this week, and Jabril is scheduled to come back for at least a week and maybe 2 this summer. So we're looking forward to seeing Jabril. Robert contacts him by email every week. Miss Amina, his mother, is going to be moving out of the Virginia area into another state. And Jabril is doing excellent in school in in Tunisia, but he wants to come back to the Virginia area. And Carrie,
if he was in Somalia, Rob, he'd be going to pirate school.
He got an A+ in eye patches.
That's right. If he was in Somalia, that aforementioned pirate ship in front of the restaurant, that would be a real ship in front of Jabril's house.
Did he get an A in ransom negotiations?
He did.
Yeah, see, he's not even in Somalia, so that
he's in Tunisia, the planet of Tatooine.
Right.
But we did tell, and with all honesty, this is true, we told his mother if he was serious about relocating back to the Leesburg area, he could live with us next year.
Oh,
So we shall work it out, and we shall know.
Really?
Yeah. I think what will probably end up happening is we'll get to see him for a couple weeks this summer, and as soon as we nail the dates down, I'll let everybody know. I don't know. It's not an appearance or anything.
No.
But I'll let you know what's going on. We're very excited to see him.
Good. Well, I
we
look
don't
forward to
peddle
that.
young children here.
That's right. Come on out. Mike, he'll be part of the main meet and greet.
Right.
See Jabril.
I'm sure he's probably gotten a lot bigger. He's a big kid to start with,
He
right?
is. I think he's grown like 4 or 5 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Looks
a
like
tall
Biggie Smalls
lad.
now.
He does. Randy
I
Jackson.
wasn't going with the fat Oscar.
Oh, no.
I was going with tall. Oscar turned him into.
No, Mike-
he looks like Patrice.
Mike, he's gotten
anyway.
so fat that they had to get him a different peg leg because it wasn't supporting all the weight.
Thank you. Justin Best, thought you might be interested in this, but this Friday is the Rubber Ducks' big anniversary. That's C.W. McCall they're talking
Right,
about. Okay. Yeah, C.W. McCall's Convoy. I was listening to it yesterday with my kids and noticed the first line goes, "Was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs. Never forget the heroics of these mother truckers." Is that what
It's
the
a
guy
big
wanted to share?
anniversary, yeah.
Looks like we've got us a
Was the dark of the moon.
convoy.
Well, it was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs. Let's see if I did it okay.
Was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
How will you be observing C.W. McCall Day, Mike?
I'll be standing out in my front yard with
Yeah.
a cowboy hat trying to actually get shorter. Okay. Thank you. Melissa Booker, she's a regular fan of the
Yes.
show. I've seen that name before. Mike, Oscar, Rob, and Matt. And include Rob with 1B. And maybe the other intern.
Mac.
Maybe.
Is his
I had Mac, right. I had surgery on Monday. It's like my two boys. My favorite child and my not favorite child.
That's right. Well, one of them
Let's
is more of an
mention Rob with
adoption.
1B. Let's mention Rob with 1B. And Mac. All right, I had
Orange
surgery
shirt.
on Monday. Listen to this term. I had surgery on Monday for an incarcerated ventral hernia repair. Well, Melissa, don't get surgery done in a prison.
No,
That's
Mike.
not- that's not gonna
what
help
she
you. That's
means, I
what-
don't think. I think incarcerated has to do with
She
the
said she
procedure.
got surgery Monday for an incarcerated ventral hernia repair. That's, I mean, you want to talk about? They probably don't even use, those tools, those surgical tools that are sanitized.
Do you see what's happening to Melissa Booker, Mike? Thanks, Obama. She's getting her health care done in a prison.
Although painful, I am on the road to recovery. I took yesterday and today off and will work from home the rest of the week. I've been listening to all the shows on the More Network to pass the time. Thank you for making me smile while I recover. Your shows have been quite healing for me, as laughter is the great medicine. Thanks, Missy
Thank
Booker.
you.
Thank you
Very
very much.
sweet.
Hope you get
Feel better.
well soon. And really, sorry about that incarcerated surgery. Mike Willens, you cannot beat the sales reps at the Verizon Wireless store in the Fair Oaks Mall. My wife, Michelle, finally decided to upgrade from a flip phone to a smartphone. About time, Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle.
Sales rep says this is an exchange that he transcribed and he gives to us, Mike Willens, I should say. He said, this is the sales rep. Well, I recommend the iPhone versus Samsung or any of the others. Michelle, okay, great. Why is it better? Sales rep, Long pause. Let me ask my manager.
Oh, no.
It says real conversation. Absolutely. It gets really good. That's
Sales
wonderful.
rep.
Jason Griffinhagen writes, just got this in an email from Total Wine. A partnership between two friends. Do you have the music, Rob? A chance meeting at a restaurant led to a friendship between sports commentator Jim Nantz and wine entrepreneur Peter Deutsch. Inspired by their mentor fathers and motivated by a shared passion for exceptional wine, the two found a new calling to produce handcrafted wines that bear the standard of excellence and style that are the hallmarks of these two men. Are you S-ing me?
This is true. This is true.
Oh, my God. Jim Nantz wine?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, my God. The Calling Chardonnay and Pinot Noir are sourced from the famed Dutton Ranch in the Sonoma Valley. Jim Nantz wine. A wine unlike any other. That has made my day.
I would get some just to see what it's like.
To Jason Griffinhagen, thank you, Jason. Enjoy your wine and enjoy a tradition unlike any other. Rob, start the show, you hump.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world. Feels pretty swollen. Just work that knee.
God damn it, Eddie, it's not the knee. Hey, it's my shoulder. I hit my shoulder when I hit the gym floor.
It feels like it's full of gravel.
Well, it's always felt like it was full of gravel. Now, come on, give me a B12 shot. That's what I want. Always messing with the knee.
Phil, how you doing, baby?
All right, Dell, you gonna get a shot?
Oh, no shots for me, Turkey. I can't stand needles.
Hey, you gotta master the technology of this game.
Phil, how do you do that, man? Take all those pills and shots, man. It does terrible things to your body. God.
You last long enough, you'll realize the only way to survive is the pills and the shots.
Oh, not me, Turkey. I got respect for my body.
You'll get past that.
You crazy.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios and heard worldwide, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 24 million downloads. We're heard daily at MikeO'MaraShow.com and exclusively over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
I've got a great name today, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Jeremy Boss.
Jeremy the Boss Jock.
Yeah, Jeremy Boss is our TMOS KCJJ listener of the day. Make it a boss day.
I'm sorry I got distracted there for a second. My God, I really feel like I got creepy crawlers all over.
You got ants in the you got ants in your pants.
I got ants in the studio. There are ants in the studio.
Red ants, black ants.
No, tiny, almost microscopic sized ants. And
Could
I'm
they
not
be
drinking.
termites?
I'm not. God, I hope they're not.
How much wood
I hope
could a
not.
woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Wow.
The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily podcast and radio show with the greatest listeners on the planet. Why?
Why, Mike? Why?
Because they get it. Our show today brought to you by Encore. This podcast has no better friends than the good people at Encore. Fantastic supporters from way back, and they can help you out, too. If you're out there shopping insurance, you know how hard it is to find which company offers the best value. Encore Insurance can help. Encore surveys the most highly rated companies in the insurance industry to compare premiums. Encore will do the work so you don't have to. It's free, there's no obligation, and no salesman will visit you. Oscar Santana used Encore, and you should too. When Oscar was done using Encore Insurance Services and he got his amazing rate on his life insurance, he stood on his porch in Glover Park and said, I can die now.
No debts, baby.
And then there was cheering.
Yes, just call toll-free, 866-347-5748 to get a free life insurance quote or visit and customer service. Encore Insurance Services, LLC. Check them out for us, but mostly for yourself. Stop paying too much for life insurance. Protect your family the smart way at smartterm.com. Well, lots to talk about on the show today.
Indeed.
But we'll get started because, I was realizing we gave him a hard time at the beginning of the show. But perhaps Mr. Spiewak was a little distracted today because there is trouble in the bucolic Spiewak household.
Yeah, this is weird because it's not uncommon for Robert to go radio silence and stop talking to me.
Yes.
He's got a temper, this boy.
Is that how he does it? Is that how he shows his anger? Will he shut down and
He'll
not
just
talk to you
he
for a while?
won't talk to me, and then you know what? Then if that doesn't work, he'll be overly friendly to Carrie. And then shut me out. He's pretty precise about it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how long? What's the longest period of time he's given you the great freeze out?
I think we've gone 3 days.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty recent.
Have you ever? Do you do things like even at Michael Williams' young age? I will occasionally dive onto the internet, just to read about different things. Do you get online to see different strategies for managing your children? Because it's a resource. Well, I didn't have when my other daughters.
I don't. I will talk to other parents about it, and that is a key topic of conversation when we do our monthly supper club with our 3 other couples, because we've all got kids that are in the same ballpark of age. So we talk about how we do it. Sometimes it's something as simple as dealing with head lice, which was a fascinating conversation.
Oh, God.
Boy, I hate that after I'm talking about my aunts.
Yeah, you are. You know what? You really do. You got the itchies, don't you?
I totally do. I swear to God, and I had them last night, too, and there's nothing in the rest of the house. But go ahead. So Robert does that.
We could really screw with him, Oscar, by saying, Mike, what's that on your cheek?
Yeah, what's going on there?
Oh, God. Is there...
Nothing.
Rob, is there any way of dealing with that? Because, I mean...
There are ant traps that you can put on windowsills, and I'm
also
talking
heard... about your kid. I'm talking about your kid.
Have you ever thought of
Christ.
disciplining them?
I do discipline them.
No.
When they do something that's valid of discipline, I'm not going to discipline the kid for not talking to me. Because you know what?
No,
it passes.
but I mean, it doesn't seem appropriate.
It's
though.
disrespectful.
He's living under your roof.
But when he comes to
not
me
respecting you.
When he comes back to me and admits that it was disrespectful after the stretch of time, which is how it's always ended up, then it's okay. And you know what?
You don't need. You don't think you need to, have him lose some privileges. Until he decides to act a little more respectfully.
I give him a little bit of slack. He's been through a lot at his young age. Sometimes, and maybe what?
I totally there.
And you know what?
You get no argument from me on
my
that.
grandfather had 8 kids, and he never had a favorite. But there was one that was his least not favorite all the time, and I won't specify which one it is.
You?
But it's because she had a lot. No, I wasn't one of his kids. He hated
He's a
me.
grandkid.
But this one.
See, I'm listening to his story.
No, I zoned out. Sorry.
Yeah, you see, Mike, well, now it's your turn to zone out. I started, then Oscar did.
You
and
started, that's right. I get a free zone out. I get a free zone out.
You can play your zone out card.
One of the things I tell young broadcasters, the key to doing a good show is concentration.
What's that?
At being a good listener.
Well, he was going to his grandpappy deal. And
Well,
I was
no,
like,
I'm saying that I think it's common.
Here we go again.
When a kid has sort of a tough row to hoe, you give them a little bit of slack. And maybe I'm guilty of that with Robert.
Well, yeah, and I totally, and so you're getting a sympathetic ear from me because first of all, being the part-time dad and not having the children in my house growing up, this is the first time I'm getting a second chance kind of to do that, and I can't, so I'm not going to pass judgment on doing that, although I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. If I'm getting the freeze out,
you get used to it.
No,
but you don't. The longest. This is by far the longest.
He's a sweet kid. Overall, he's a sweet kid.
He's a wonderful kid.
He's well mannered, but you will have the talk with him about Maine.
Oh
right?
God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If he pulls the great freeze out up in Maine, he will not be allowed to sit at the family.
Right in the drink.
He'll be kissing shells at the bottom of Frenchman's Bay.
That's exactly David Jones' locker. He'll have and he'll have a nice conversation with Dave Jones, and I'm not talking about the failed DJ.
Hey, Mike, great heritage jock.
Dave Jones. Yeah. All right. Anyway,
so he's fine. He's having a great time. He's actually really excited about Maine. It'll be the first time he and I have ever just gotten on a plane and gone somewhere together. Cool. So I'm excited about it. But Julia came home the day before yesterday. She was limping, and I said, "What's the problem?" And she said, "Well, I was messing around a little bit in gym class, and we're doing hurdles, and we had a little joke back and forth because it turns out her gym teacher I went to middle school with, and she likes that I can do like a sort of an impression of him. So we're goofing around, and I say, well, what happened? Well,
Hold. You do an impression of the gym teacher?
A little bit, yeah, just a little, enough to make her laugh. I mean, it's not enough.
Now, how far can you go with like names and stuff? Can you mention the gym teacher?
His name is his first name is Billy.
Anita Horgard.
in school, his name was Billy. I can't think of his last name right now. And that's
Billy.
But we'll call him Billy. We'll call him Billy the gym teacher.
Billy Jim, and his big thing in class is, "Hey guys, come on guys, come on guys, come on, hey guys, come on." You know, he's not really he's not really Coach Cleats. He's not a real force in the gymnasium when you got these kids that are running and throwing and they're
so much energy.
Hey guys, come on, hey.
Hey, come on, knock it off. Stay off the ropes until it's rope climbing time.
Need your attention, guys. Come on, focus eyes on me. Get in your squads. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. So that's a killer bit for Julia. Also plays well with other kids in the neighborhood. They love when I take out the yearbook and show them the 13-year-old picture of the gym teacher. So we're joking back and forth. I said, what happened? And she says, well, we were goofing around doing the hurdles, and I did not clear the hurdle, and I fell down funny on my foot. And I said, well, let me see it. And there's no bruising. There's no swelling. I think she just twisted her ankle. And she says, it hurts. And my friend says, I probably should go to
now, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? Did she see you? Did she see you looking at her? Did the limping begin when she got within sight of you, or had she?
No, I didn't even.
Was she limping when you didn't know? When she
volunteered it. She volunteered it, and she said, "I've been limping all day," and she's still limping. And I looked at it, and as I said, no swelling, no bruising, obviously no exposed bone. And she said it hurts, and I said, well, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be. Maybe you just twisted it. She said, well, my friend said we probably should go to urgent care and have it looked at. And I said, okay, well, they'll stand up. Can you put some weight on it? And she could. I mean, and I said, the more you use it, the better it's going to feel because, it's going to,
You know what I like about Rob as a parent? Rob is a balanced parent because you hear soft touch Rob, which, where, the kid, Robert cannot talk to him for a few days and Rob just lets it run its course. And then you get, hard edged dad, which is just like, no, we're not going to do that. You're fine.
We're
You're
not
just
spending $100 for you to figure this out.
Because you know what you would hear? We'd wait, and then they'd say, you know what? You're going to ice it, and here is an ibuprofen, and it'll heal itself. So I gave her a pill. She did not take it because she hates taking pills, Mike.
We're going to stop you right there, and we will pick up on this story when we come back. We are also, guys, for Along the Network, we're going to take a pause here because I think it's reboot time based on what I went through in that first segment.
You bet.
Probably didn't sound bad up there, but we'll do that. So we'll be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
All right.
Guys. Hold on a sec. Hold on.
The Cake and Cookie Show. I hate voicing promos and recording a show with Rob. You would too if you had this squeaky little voice. We have no fun, no cake, and certainly no cookies. Just kidding. We have a blast, and you will too. It's available every Wednesday at MikeO'MaraShow.com. It's Cake and Cookies, a proud part of More Broadcasting.
I will tell you, if you want some sexual tension, it's Cake and Cookies on the More Network. My God, those two. Really, I don't know where the attraction comes, but, she laughs at Rob's stuff. That's what, and I'm talking about his stuff, his actual
my junk, Mike.
That's what it is. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by our Amazon page. I'm going to read this as written.
Good.
Amazon is the best way to buy anything, and I mean anything. Books, movies, games, toys, groceries, tools, and it's the best
best place in the world to buy electronics as well. Get ready for summer by checking out Amazon's vast selection of flip-flops and sandals. Also, Amazon has all the top-reviewed headphones at the best prices, so you can take your summer tunes on the go with you. And you'll always know how long until your summer vacation if you browse the new and popular clocks. Amazon has them. Say, if you want to make a splash at your next pool party, Amazon has dozens of bagpipes to choose from, starting at under $200. Amazon has everything for your home and your office, whether it's paper clips, coffee, clothes, electronics, or cleaning supplies. If you need it, Amazon has it. Always open at MikeOMaraShow.com/Amazon. The best way to save money and support the show, remember to bookmark it at Amazon, MikeOMaraShow.com/Amazon. And click it, and link it always. That's it. I almost made it to the end of the copy.
You did a great job. You did. Have your bagpipes arrived yet?
They haven't. I'm looking forward to pleasing the neighborhood because I'm going to play them at dusk. Anyway,
it will be the best Flag Day ever.
Mike O'Mara Show. When last we checked in with you, Julia Spiewak, daughter of Rob Spiewak, was limping home.
Yes.
Said that she hurt her ankle and that her friend. Now, was it her friend or her friend's mom?
Her
that
friend
recommended urgent care.
Her friend's mom gets involved a little bit later.
Oh,
okay, so
her friend.
The friend said you better take that to urgent care.
Exactly.
This is based on the friend seeing the injury at school.
And probably Julia bitching about it because she says, my ankle hurts. Well, you take it to urgent care. I do think that certain parents are more reactionary than Carrie and I are. And, it's not, I don't think we have ever been, negligent medically with the kids. But, if it's not going to require a trip to the doctor, why go to the doctor?
True.
I don't think that there's anything the doctor could do. Well, day 2, she texts me on the way home. She's on the bus. She says, on the bus, my ankle still hurts. And I just replied to her, okay.
Oh,
and,
wow. So you're kind of playing a game, huh?
Well, not
you're
so
pissed.
much. Well, the gaming really happened on the first night because the friend kept texting about her ankle. And Carrie and Julia and I started having a little bit of fun saying we started having her text back symptoms that weren't there. And at this point, Julia is not only talking to us, she's playing along. So the friend said, how's your foot? And Julia says, much, much worse, and hit send, and we all laugh. And then I said, text back, you have no feeling in 2 of your 5 toes.
You guys you're a family. Do you see the evil, Oscar? Do you see the evil of this family?
Get
My
whatever
God.
comes your way.
This
Someone
is the
calls
darkness.
child services on
This
you.
is the darkness right now.
Yes.
This is where Rob had to practically put a net over Carrie so she wouldn't darkly Facebook all of us with her incredible hatred
and negativity.
And now Rob and so the whole you've got a dear friend of your daughter Julia's,
friend. Actually, maybe an acquaintance.
Still,
who is showing concern for her ankle, and now you're playing her.
We are playing her, and it's great.
Oh
and so the
God,
text comes back
monsters.
from the friend, and the friend says, Mom says you need to go to urgent care. And then Carrie says, text this. Say that Mom gave me a pill, and now I feel silly.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
What grade?
7th.
You're trolling a 7th grader.
Yeah, well, we're helping. We're
yes,
helping.
that's exactly what they're doing.
And
the family, and they're doing a family gang up on this, and Julia's in on the joke.
She's loving it. She's loving it. And then I mean, Julia says at one point, maybe I should wait a little bit. And this was Julia's logic. She says, if you really did give me a Percocet, maybe I should wait a little bit between texts because I'm probably getting sleepy.
Oh, my God.
So this goes back and forth, and this is 2 nights ago, and she goes to bed. Ankle's still sore, but we all had a good laugh, and you know what? I think it's good for the family. The family that trolls together stays together, Mike, and I think it was a great night. And then fast forward to yesterday afternoon when she texts me, my ankle still hurts, and my reply is okay.
So is she being legitimate when she texts back to you that her ankle still hurts?
Yes, that is genuine.
And are you back to showing no concern?
Well, I just said when you come home, you're going to want to probably, stay off your foot.
Was she elevating, icing? Are you making sure she's doing that?
She did ice and she did heat. She did both. She alternated, and we gave her an Advil.
The payback would be the Spiewaks eventually go to the doctor and it's like, yeah, it's unfortunately, it's a hairline fracture.
If you would have come earlier, we probably
who's laughing
fixed
now,
it.
huh? Who's doing the shtick now? If you've taken care of it early, there's going to be permanent damage to the ankle based on the fact that you didn't act on the injury early.
Well, let's face it, Mike. She's not an athlete, and she's probably not going to be a dancer. I think we're going to be okay. So,
Clubfoot.
yeah, here she is. So what? That when she performs, she has to stand on a box.
Hello, Father. Yes, Father. Sanctuary.
So,
Yes,
oh, but
wasn't that on the other side last week? Yeah. Right.
it certainly, Mike, would give her a heads up, a certain advantage if she auditioned for her high school bell ringers. She just dragging her foot behind.
Yes.
So she's
Right.
still
and
pissed.
now appearing in The Hunchback of Notre Dame in Richard III, the first female to play the role, Julia Spiewak.
So she says to me when she gets home, she said, my ankle still hurts. I said, well, let me see it. Still no swelling, still no bruising.
Yeah.
She can still put weight on it. Obviously, she walked to and from the bus stop. It's not
Yes.
like she hopped the whole way. So I give her an Advil, which she does not take because ever since she's a baby, can't take pills. And I said, well, ice it and sit down. And Carrie gets home probably
Wait. Hold on. Now we have to stop. We're back to Parenting 101.
Thank
Okay.
you.
What do you mean she can't take pills?
She's just not
she
good
can't,
at
swallow them?
She doesn't like to.
How
she
about
can.
you make her?
Well, I said, if you want it to feel better, take a pill. And if you don't, I can't force you.
Oh my God! Yes,
Well, what
you
if she's
can.
got
That's the
a
difference. You
situation where-
can't force her to do that.
You see, but do I really
what
want to
it-
do that?
Yes. So you stop hearing the bitching when she gets home.
No, I don't listen to the bitching. There's a difference between listening
So,
and hearing.
so she never takes. She
She eventually did. She did. But she didn't take it when I
Okay.
gave it to her. She drags her feet, not because they're sore.
You
just
crumble it
because
up
she
and
doesn't
put
want
it
to.
in her food or what?
Yeah, I put it in a teaspoon of Nutella and just shoved
Put it in
down
a
her
roll
throat.
of peanut butter.
Hold her nose.
And then lean Julia's head back and rub her throat.
yeah, hold her nose and rub her throat. It's how we do it.
As
And then
she's going.
she scratched me, growled.
Right.
So when Carrie comes home and I hear this go down, she knows that Mom is the soft touch, and that truly is that's what she's counting on. She says, Mom, my ankle still hurts, and I really think we should go to urgent care and get it looked at. And Carrie says, well, no swelling, no bruising. You can put weight on it. Why don't you sit down and ice it and take a pill? And so that's when she thinks that we are the
When
worst.
taking pills, they take an aspirin.
Yeah, like one Advil. And that's
Right,
and then all of a sudden, Mike, we become worst parents ever. And
Oh, really? So she
ices
didn't
us
like
out.
this?
No, she wants. I don't know if it's the amount of pain or she feels that she's not getting the attention she's due, but she's not really speaking to us
My
right now.
parents would have beat my ass.
Yeah, and then you would have needed a pill, and we'd need to ice
Jesus.
it. So, but that's where
So
we
this is
stand
not
right
the
now.
kid. This is not the kid that normally does this.
No, this is not Julia's normal thing. Julia's normal response is she goes into hyper polite mode. Oh, yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. I'll take care of it. I'm so sorry, sir. And that's like watching Oliver Twist.
My
I hate
parents
that
would
just
have
as
beat
worse.
my ass.
Yeah, well.
If I was doing the Serbit,
Yeah.
my mom would have given me a sopapo, and then that would be it.
Man, look how
Well,
we turned
that
out.
is-
let me defer to my Bolivian friend and say, this is not the 1920s Ireland, so it's like
Angela's
you really
ashes.
can't fix every problem with the stick, Oscar. It's not going to work that way. I don't want to go as far as you do, but on the other hand, I can see where perhaps a little. Here's the thing. Is there any part of you, the Spiewaks, Rob and Carrie,
Yes.
are going on the assumption right now that your daughter has no problem at all of
No,
any significance,
I
correct?
believe that her ankle hurts, but it could just be a simple twist. Like Chubby Checker sang about.
But now there's so many levels here. There's so many levels to this because
Peel them back.
You've got first of all the whole texting thing the first night where it's the
You're all making a joke about it.
the
You got to
Spiewaks-
admit that was fun, though.
the Schadenfreude of Spiewaks, where they like to laugh at others. That's what they like more than anything else. That's
We
the,
did
that's
get
the
the
good part.
friend. We did get the acquaintance household. I think we did get them into something of a lather, and that's a success right there.
And that brings you great joy.
It
and
does.
Then you've
It
got,
brought all. Hey, not just me, Julia and Carrie as well.
Yeah, but you're the
Right.
father.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's not okay that I guess your seventh grade daughter is just going to follow your lead. If we're going to do shtick, we'll do shtick.
Well, if she was following my lead, she'd probably stop complaining about going to the doctor because my lead is don't go to the doctor.
That's true.
So you know what?
Now, but-
we made fun and had fun, and isn't
Okay.
fun the best?
Then you get
I don't
to
know what that meant, but all right.
Then you get to the next layer of this onion. You peel back the next layer.
Right.
The next layer is Robin Carey and the history with Julia, who has had a history of pulling the wool over your
She's
eyes
got
a
a
couple
record.
of times.
She's
so
practiced
has
some
that
trickery.
damaged? Has that damaged the trust thing a little bit, which would result in she's just she's kind of faking it.
No, I don't
It's
think
not
so.
as bad as you think.
She might be adding, I would say, maybe at tops, Mike, 25 to 30% of pain. But there is some soreness. I can tell when she walks.
But,
yeah.
but you also think she's milking it a little bit.
Do you think really she wants to go to the doctor to feel better, or does she want to go to the doctor for attention? I think it's a call for attention.
Well, I think that maybe it is, but I don't know because
You
I'm
don't,
not there.
and neither do
then
I.
You get that brings me to the third layer, and
Okay.
the third layer is the Spiwags, Robin Carey, and the All-American Dollar. There is a frugality.
Yeah.
There is a frugality unlike any other in your household, and it's not because, granted, I mean, for years and years when we weren't in the same income bracket, Rob,
right?
You like to remind me of those days, but the fact is, the frugality has been there, except for microphones,
right?
For a very long time.
And that Elvis bathroom.
If it didn't result in music or a man with sideburns, there is frugality. Now, if you were very, very sure, I would say on the plus side of 99%, more than 99% sure that the medical professional, in quotation marks, because keep in mind we're not going to a real doctor, we're just going to urgent care. Urgent care would say,
you know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to stop you there because I have had tremendous experiences with urgent care. I think those guys, you know what? Hail to the urgent care people for all the people that have the effed up insurance where you go to urgent care, and I wish there were more options for people to have to get medical care.
But I've had luck. I've had luck at urgent care too.
What?
I've had luck at urgent care too. They have their place. They've pulled out stitches for me, stuff that you don't want to go and sit through an office visit for. But I don't think that your creme de la creme of doctors are landing at an urgent care. And all that's going to happen is they're going to go and they're going to look at her foot and they're going to say, no bruising, no swelling. I say you ice it, elevate it, and take an Advil for the pain.
But you don't need the creme de la creme to say that, we can take an X-ray and make sure that there's no ligament damage.
There's no ligament damage. Why would there be
an
a
X-ray
bruise?
wouldn't show ligament damage.
An MRI.
An MRI, and then you're talking. Then you're talking really. Get out the cash register because that is, I got one right here.
You have an MRI machine?
A cash register?
I got an order right here.
Oh.
Look, I got. Here we go. There's that's my order. Let me see. I've got diagnostic test order.
Right.
MRI on that
Is that
hip
from
I've been
Jiffy
telling
Lube?
you about. No. That's from my doctor. I went to, as I told you, I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. But so where are we now with this? Where does it stand?
Right now, Julia is limping.
Hold on. I'm sorry. 3 segments. I want to get back to this.
Here we go.
We do have to take a break. We will wrap this up. Then I will tell you. Oh, God bless you. Mr. O'Mara just gave me a wonderful fountain beverage.
Oh, make sure the ants don't get in it.
They love sugar.
Man, oh man, that Diet Dr. Pepper kills.
Oh, Mike,
we'll
you take it
a
at
break.
10, 2, and 4. It's delicious.
Thank you. We'll take a break. Come back with more. It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You're listening to right here on the Big Network. I said, my name's Julius Speedway. Coming home from school, I got a bad ankle and I'm hurting bad. My daddy doesn't give a rat's ass, and mommy says no. Anyway, I'm
I
sorry.
give a rat's ass.
Okay,
How dare you?
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I love my sleep number bed. I talk about it all the time. And last night at 4 o'clock in the morning, Mrs. O'Mara took a little side trip to the family boudoir because she had to go winky-tink.
Yes.
And on her way back, she kicked a toy, a child's toy.
Mike,
that
every
had
girl and
bells.
boy wants a toy.
Every girl and boy wants a toy, and she kicked it, woke me out of a dead sleep. I was in a blissful, mask-covered sleep, and so I woke up. And when I'm up out of my sleep, I'm up. Thank God for my sleep number bed, because you know what I did with my sleep number bed?
What?
I settled back into my sleep number setting of 75, and I went right back to sleep in my wonderful comfort, and my back felt great in the morning because the sleep number bed is simply the best. I tell you about it all the time, and they have something new that will help all of us. With all the studies going on right now about your sleep and how it affects your health, it's pretty good to get more information. And Sleep Number is now introducing something brand new. It's called Sleep IQ Technology. Sleep IQ Technology provides a simple and intuitive way to know better sleep, and it is only available on Sleep Number beds. The Sleep Number bed is the only bed that lets you track and optimize your sleep with Sleep IQ technology. It's easy to use. It's an interactive app on your phone. Sensors work directly with the dual air technology inside the bed to track how you're sleeping, and it couldn't be easier to use. Nothing to wear, nothing to turn on. All you have to do is sleep. Rob, I would say for people like us that have gone through very expensive sleep studies, this might be a real good thing to share with your doctor.
Absolutely.
To let him know if you have to go further and get a little more sleep analysis, and it's all thanks to Sleep Number beds. My Sleep Number setting, as I mentioned before, is a 75. Carla's is an 85. Remember, folks, there's only one place in the world to find the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology, and that's at a Sleep Number store. Find your Sleep Number setting today at any of the 450 Sleep Number stores nationwide. You can find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. That number, 511-0061. Put the 800 number in front of it. I'll give it to you one last time, 800-511-0061. And don't forget to tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you. Michael Sean Patrick O'Mara, that is. Thank
Yes,
you.
of course.
We're in the middle of wrapping this up, and then I'll tell you, I don't know whether I want to talk about my labrum or I want to talk about my dog.
Okay, I won't ask you in fear of spoiling it, but Oscar, offhand, do you know what a labrum is?
Oh, I know now.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, well, I look forward to finding out. Is your labrum sore? Is there any swelling or bruising?
We'll get to that, but I want to hear more about where we stand now with Julia Spiewak and her neglectful parents.
As right now, you see, that's hateful and that's hurtful, and that's not
Making a
even
joke.
true. That's
You
not
know I
even
don't
true.
believe it.
I know.
You know I don't believe it.
But you know what? You root for it. You would love to see me hauled off in cuffs.
No, that is. Why would I love that?
Okay.
Why would I love that?
You would love.
I would love to see you focus at the beginning of the show.
You would love to see Carrie hauled off in cuffs, and she would really. I think Carrie would really flourish in prison. She'd be.
I
away
think
from
she would.
That
Oh,
hateful
I
work
agree with that.
Oh my
I
God,
think
she'd be running the commissary.
she would be the one. She would be orange is the new black.
Yeah. Yep.
She would be there going, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that extra toothbrush, but if you want to go down to bunk 40, there's a woman down, and Carrie would be sitting on the end of her bed, and she would have all of her minions at her feet, and she would be running the prison.
And you know what? Not only that, the warden would see her as someone who played by the letter of the law. But what the warden doesn't know is that at the foot of her bed, there is a trunk full of packs of cigarettes.
Absolutely, yes.
And she's got everything, like toothbrushes, decks of cards, dirty novels. She can hook you up.
Who is a better crap detector, you or Carrie?
Probably me, although she's got a good innate crap detector. Mine is perhaps a little sharper for years of doing what we do. I would think that that's probably, trial by fire, and you kind of have to develop it. But she's good, too.
During this entire process, Rob, is there any part of you that just said, do you have that moment? Because, I would think you would, where, do you think maybe, did you ever go there at all? Or have you guys been adamant, oh, come on, this is crap?
As far as doubting that it hurts, or doubting that there is something that maybe we should have checked out?
You should go, you get it checked out.
No doubt at all. And there is only maybe a sliver of doubt that she's making more of it than it is. But we shall see. As it stands this morning, she went to the bus stop. She limped
to the bus stop.
She did not speak to me this morning, which is not horribly uncommon because we don't often cross paths in the morning. Carrie said she's still angry and her foot still hurts. So we'll see what happens after today. And I told her the more she walked on it, the better it would feel.
But I think realistically, ideally, if you do have like a really violent like a twisting of your ankle, you would have to go to get an MRI, because if there's ligament damage, they have to go back in.
The scab.
Yeah, but you know what?
He is the scab.
But you know what? He admitted before, Mike. He admitted before.
This is the guy that just got done saying beat them to death, and now he's like, but I would say a violent injury like that.
I know that he tuned out for the beginning of the story, so if you're joining us halfway through the podcast, let me do a recap. It was not an accident with a train. She tripped on a hurdle. It wasn't a violent twist.
Yeah, but you didn't see it, though.
No, I didn't.
Take a straw poll. Can I take a straw poll of the room?
Sure. I like the kind that bend.
Anybody in the room, have you ever had a parental situation where you really hurt yourself and they didn't think it was that big a deal, and you proved them wrong?
I know that. I know at least one person.
I'm sitting here. I got one.
I was lucky because my dad would just take care of us.
Yeah. Well, of course, I never did.
He was a doctor.
Yeah.
I never did anything that would allow myself to be hurt. There were no.
Rob,
I take
you
it
remember
back.
the story I'm talking about?
I do. I remember one time in 1977, I got a blister from changing the channel to channel 45. Because remember, we had the 2 dials, and you'd have to do the
soft
U
hands.
on top, and then
Yes.
so many clicks from 20 to 45.
Painful.
I wanted to see Captain Chesapeake, and I was in bed for probably 5 days.
Rob's soft dial soap hands.
That's
Really
right.
trying.
That's exactly right. You know, it used to. Rob Ford probably doesn't remember this. You used to have to stand up to change the channel.
No, I busted my nose playing hockey. I, was playing in a hockey practice. Joe Hendrickson poke checked me and came across my front of my face, busted my nose. I bled like a stuck pig, and got home. My dad said it's not broken, and I wake up the next morning. I go down to the breakfast table. I got 2 black eyes. And he said it's not broken. Years later, I get it looked at by an ENT, and the guy says it's the worst deviated septum he's seen in his practice. And if you look at me straight on, look, it's easy to see.
Yeah.
You guys can see on the camera.
Didn't you get in trouble for bleeding on the ice?
Yeah, I was that valuable to my high school hockey team. Coach Mulcahy said, O'Mara, get off the ice right now. So you see this little trail of blood going out to center ice where he was running the practice, and then the trail to the door of the rink. And then I went over to the bench, and they put a towel over me, and I was still bleeding. And then they said, you might want to see if there's some more gauze or whatever. They're saying this to me. Go upstairs. We had a 2-level rink where the Hartford Whalers used to practice.
Yeah.
Go upstairs. I walk up the stairs as I'm still bleeding, and the rink and the locker room upstairs is locked.
That's
so
nice.
I trundle back down.
Did you have to go climb the steps in your skates, or did you take your skates off?
They had rubber mats. They had rubber mats because when the Whalers would train, the Whalers would come down the steps in their skates. That's the way the rink was configured. It was very cool. Growing up playing hockey in New England, to have a professional hockey team train in the rink where you were skating. It was very exciting.
This was just after Mulcahy came back from Korea, where he was at the 4077, right? He was the chaplain over there, and he came back and he was your coach.
He was the chaplain. So the long and short of it is you never know, but it sounds to me like is she? How long do you think this is going to play out? Do you
2
think you
weeks.
got one more day of this?
Oh, I know it won't be 2 weeks. I will give,
oh my God, 2 weeks.
I'd like to see how it goes. I bet she comes home tonight spry.
A-okay.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Mike, before the nose break, was your nose different? Was it smaller, or did it have a different shape?
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah.
How old were you when it broke?
I have been self-conscious about, especially with pictures or especially on camera,
right,
when we do any kind of TV segment, I have always been because this is when you can see it. This is when you can really
You know what I'm noticing, and I don't want to make you self-conscious.
It's like Mount Rushmore.
Your nose
George
has a good
Washington's
size.
on the left.
No, your nose is a good size, but your nostrils are different. Can you tilt your head back?
Yeah, they are.
But there's an indent on the left side. It actually goes in. It's like the
Let me
beltway.
show you where I actually
Curves in.
could to this day.
Yeah.
To this day, you can take your finger and you place it right here on this side,
right,
and you can actually feel the fissure of where it actually broke. It broke the bridge of my nose. That's what got busted. And if I try to, I don't breathe through this side at all.
It's just
on my
totally
left side.
blocked.
This nostril is blocked.
Can you push that other side and then breathe? Can you push?
Oh,
Barely.
That sounds good.
Can you push your
I'm losing oxygen.
Can
oh
you,
my God, I'm losing
can you push your
oxygen.
can you push your septum in and actually readjust it a little bit?
Mike, come back.
Oh, we've lost Mike.
First time I've done that gag for you guys.
You know, I remember when we were going through pictures when we did the slideshow for the show at the State Theater, when Mike was a boy, his nose looked like Morgan Fairchild. It was a beautiful, tiny, little aquiline nose. Do you think?
No, my nose, when I was a child, my nose looked like Bruce Jenner's nose now.
Yeah, you don't know that he made a little money as a kid as a nose model. It was perfect. Do you think that if you got that
slowly
corrected
over time, my nose turned into the nose of Kathleen Turner.
Good morning.
And so that's what my nose. What
if it was
happened to her
corrected,
nose?
if
Seriously.
it was, well, I think we know. I think it might have been from the inside working out.
She fell off the chandelier.
If you were to correct your nose, do you think you would still have the control of your voice and the ability to mimic like you do? I hate to go behind the curtain. Really,
well,
you think it would change your voice?
I've been terrified about the fact that that I would have some surgery done. There are two things that have prevented me from getting the nose fixed and straightened out and the deviated septum corrected. The main one is fear that you just mentioned
Right.
of if I did it, it might affect the way I speak,
Right.
and that just freaks me out.
I know.
And I get by with it. I get yeah, yeah. Yeah, Hawk is that thunder I hear. Greatest hair lip joke ever. The greatest hair lip joke ever. I occasionally have. I want to tell it at live appearances, so perhaps you'll hear that joke in Maine.
Oh, prithee, I hope so.
Buy me a clam and I'll tell you a joke. But anyway,
That's your first album.
That's a great exchange.
Buy
Right?
me a clam. That'll be the second book. Buy me a clam by Mike O'Mara. Hey, if Corolla can do it, I can do it. Anyway, so the whole thing about it, the second thing that bothers me is when I got serious about it and I was going to get it fixed, the doctor said I would have to have it broken twice. That they would have to break the inner part, and I would have to let that heal, and then once that heals, they got to break the other part.
And that would mean,
or vice versa.
And that would mean 2 Friday nights and 2 different bars. And who wants to
sitting
deal
at a
with
bar
it?
going, hey, I think you're drinking that drink like a woman. I think you are a woman. I think you've got a vagine. I think it. No. Get over on my left side. I think you're a total pussy.
Punch me here. Punch me here.
Punch me. Hit me right here on the kisser. Thank you very much.
You just saved me $1,500.
Yeah, so I chose not to do that. But I mean, really, back then, if they'd said it, it probably would have been a better situation for me. But I don't know. I think you always weigh that with your kids. You want to, I'm. In my own weird way, I'm a bit of a disciplinarian, but at the same time, I'm a super coddler when it comes to injuries or, Michael's at the age right now where on his crib, on the floor, he's constantly getting a little ding here and a little ding there. And I see this tiny little faint bruise on the forehead this morning. And I when we first woke up, and I said, is that a bruise? I said to Carla, is that a bruise? And Carla goes, yeah, he hit his head again. So that's it.
It happened. You know what? It happens, and especially at his age, he's very resilient, and they're designed to fall down. That's how they learn to walk and crawl, and that's sort of part of it. If Julia
it still sucks when he's on a tile floor, though, and he does, and his ass goes up in the air, and you hear the little boom, and it's like, and then 1 second later,
yeah. But at least you haven't dropped him down the steps.
This kid and I had a moment yesterday where we had more fun. This is where he's the true O'Mara. This is last night. Or was it before dinner? It was before dinner. We were going out to dinner. So it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
And he's fussy because he's teething and he's cutting new teeth a lot.
Is he
right
running
now.
a temperature,
So,
by the way?
No, he hasn't run a temperature.
Okay.
But you can tell that he's in discomfort because the hand is in the mouth and he's not happy. So Carla got these, they're called Gerber graduates. And what they are is they're little cereal items they have. And it's these little stars cereal, and it's like apple flavored or something like that. And I sit and I take out, he's got these Gerber graduates. He's got little wagon wheels, which are little pieces of cereal. Then he's got the little stars. Then he's got like these yogurt drops that are just another thing. It's really like candy and snack time.
Yeah, right.
And I bring all three. He's fussing, and I bring all three of them over
laying it
to
out
my
like,
recliner.
Like it's the buffet at Sizzler. You've got a little steam tray. You're laying everything out.
And this kid, because Carla says to me, Carla will say to me, I gotta do something. Watch him for 30 minutes. And I am, that's when literally I go 30 minutes, starting now. And I actually put it up on the, I put the clock out, and I'm watching it. I'm like, what can I do? And I will do anything to amuse the child. I want him to be pleased. Well, suddenly, like, it's just this moment where I realize he is sitting in my recliner with me, and he's eating snacks.
Cool.
And I got the
age-old pastime.
What's that pirate? Is it Pirate's Booty?
Pirate Booty.
Yeah.
Pirate Booty. I have my little thing of Pirate Booty, and I said, oh, my God, I've got mine. We've got to get him. And we get all these little Gerber graduates, and he sits there, and there's this – they come in this long tube, and I guess all babies do this. It's nothing special, but I take the lid off, and then I take the protective seal off, and this little guy – takes his little baby hand and reaches down up to his elbow in these, and he comes out with a handful. I don't know how his human baby hand was capable of acquiring this much food on the end. But it was literally between every finger. It was 3 times the size of his hand, and he's holding this like Death Star of little Gerber graduates.
It's all
and
instinct.
he's got and I'm just, and they're falling everywhere, and I am laughing and loving it.
Aw.
And then and what I didn't know, I stopped laughing when I realized at 11 months. He takes that Death Star of food and what's left from the ones that are falling down in between the cracks of the recliner, and he thrusts the entire thing into his mouth.
Exactly.
So suddenly my laughter, turns to fear of choking. I'm like, no, take that out. And he's just looking at me like, hey, they were on my hand, Dad. You know, you're eating. I'm eating too.
I'm
So
doing
there
what
we
you
go.
do.
Yeah, 3 minutes later, he was worried about you and the popcorn.
Oh, Jesus.
Get that out of your mouth, Dad.
It was good fun. It was good fun.
That's sweet.
And then he ate the wagon wheel, which is a Gerber product that is about that big.
Yeah.
And incidentally, all this care that we take, choking hazard, thanks to the Gerber product that, creating a slightly stale wagon wheel of hard cooked grain that literally could get into the child's windpipe. But my guy, gnaws at it and, seems to get through it.
And that helps. It soothes his jaws for the chewing, right? That helps him with the teething.
Yes,
Good.
absolutely,
Good.
absolutely. And then I soothe my jaws by doing this show every time.
And my ears.
Tomorrow or next time, we'll have to get to Frankie. Really. Beyond my last nerve right now with that dog and what Frankie's doing, and we didn't get to anything. I just wanted to say briefly, so long to the Zipper, Don Zimmer, former manager of the Boston Red Sox, former bench coach of the New York Yankees, a very great player in his day. Not a great player, but a good, solid Major League Baseball player, and skipped around. I think he managed the Chicago Cubs,
Yes.
might have managed another team, maybe the Padres. I don't know. He played with the Padres.
He was
the
also
Reds.
with the Dodgers organization.
Yeah, lifer baseball man, and just a wonderful human being to watch, and a great guy, and very sad for me to see Don Zimmer passed away yesterday. So safe travels, Mr. Don Zimmer. The Zipper, or the Gerbil, as Bill Lee called him, because Bill Lee hated him, but a wonderful guy for baseball, so I hope he has a safe trip. We will take a break and come back with the news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show right after this. Everybody!
Hi, I'm Marcus, and with my buddy Steve, we do a show called Omericast, where we play clips from the last week on More Broadcasting. Hear clips from the Mike O'Mara Show, Rob and Joe, Tech 4-in-1 Show, It's Mickey, Cake and Cookies, The Rob and Joe Show. I mean, The Rob and Katie Show. There's too many Robs on this network. Anybody notice that? Anyway, we will share our own personal stories as well as talk about the clips that we love. Every Monday, catch it on iTunes, Stitcher, or MikeO'MaraShow.com. Omericast, part of the More Broadcasting Network.
Oh, sounds good. I like that one.
Is Marcus back from vacation yet?
I think he's got a day or so left.
Very good. So check that out, Omericast.
A great time to catch up on old episodes, Mike.
What are you eating, Oscar?
Power bar.
Always. More preservatives in that man's body than anywhere else.
Yeah.
Amazing. But he's fit as a fiddle and keeping it tight. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by our bonus package. I love the bonus packages because they feed my family.
Yes.
Won't you help me? Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Save yourself from agony and sadness. Today is the last day. No, it's not. For you to order your 2014 bonus show. No, today is the day to do it, not the last day.
You know, every bonus package you buy, Mike, puts another Gerber graduate in your pantry.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Would you like to get my son another wagon wheel? Then order now. You'll get all of the 2014 shows, plus on-demand video access to each show and unlimited access to the entire anthology. That's every TMOS bonus show since we started. At $69.99, you save over 25%. We also have monthly packages, and as always, you can always order each episode a la carte. Check it all out, the details at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and choose the one that's right for you. Just click on the bonus show banner, the 2014 bonus show package, because 5 hours a week just ain't enough, and we thank you in advance for that, ladies and gentlemen.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need, a comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, news you may not need.
California Chrome's bid for the Triple Crown on Saturday is likely to boost TV ratings, and if he wins, create a star for a sport that could badly use one. It will be a bonanza for the horse's owners, although their payoff will be limited by Chrome's humble parents and the racing industry's delicate health. So I guess the fact that California Chrome's mama and dada don't have the same kind of pedigree.
Right.
Even with him winning a Triple Crown, I don't get that. I would think if you won the Triple Crown, you'd be, out to stud and make a gazillion dollars.
What they're going to have to do, Mike, is focus on volume, volume, volume. He's got to bone everybody.
Could you actually have a bet where if you knew that you were going to, if you were going to bet on California Chrome, that you could have done it before the first race?
Oh, sure,
before
you
the
can.
Belmont?
For the Triple Crown, 100%.
Yeah, and your odds would be screaming. If you thought to pick it before
phenomenal.
it happened, yeah.
Wow.
You lay down a $100 bet on California Chrome to win the Triple Crown before the Kentucky Derby, you'd be looking at something truly
Derby.
amazing.
It's the equivalent of picking
sure.
a Super Bowl team in the preseason.
Wow.
So you got to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the odds are. We should look that up and find that out, Rob.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure what the odds might be, but they'd probably be spectacular. Racing insiders say that if California Chrome becomes the first Triple Crown winner in 36 years, his breeding value is likely to be between $15 million and $20 million. That's a stunning return for the owners, who paid $8,000 for the horse's mare and another $2,500 to breed her to a stallion with a mediocre racing record.
Wow.
The horse could bring in millions more in sponsorships and book and movie deals. Shoe company Skechers just announced it will put its brand on California Chrome caps, clothes, and horse blankets. Financial terms weren't disclosed, and more deals are sure to follow if Chrome wins on Saturday. I am just...
Me too.
The whole connection with Cappy Pfeiffer, who, it's a California horse, and she said, you should really pay attention to this. And I am just so into this. So Cappy will be watching it. I'm going to probably lay a bet down if it's even worth it. Probably not at this point. You're not going to get a great payoff.
If you want to pick an exacta, you might realize some money. I just hope he gets the book and movie deals. Do you think he'll play himself?
No, he has all that trouble memorizing the lines. Stand-up comedian Kevin Meaney and friend of the Mike O'Mara Show, who was arrested at a New York City airport and charged with assault for elbowing a woman in the chest, will not be prosecuted.
Yay!
I think that's
victory.
That deserves a round of applause.
Hey, Kevin.
A spokeswoman for the Queens District Attorney's Office said the woman. This is really weird. Apparently, Meaney was accused of walking toward this 29-year-old woman at JFK on Tuesday evening and elbowing her.
My jokes don't go over. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. He doesn't care.
But the prosecutors reviewed the video footage of the event and determined the two simply bumped into each other. So this woman was probably just being a turbo biatch.
Yeah. Wow. What a jerk.
Yeah. Anyway.
He did put up a great Facebook post yesterday after he was released. He said, longest flight delay ever.
He's a funny guy. Can we book him for the show? I'd love
Absolutely.
to get him on
I'll
the
send
show.
him a note. I will send him a note.
That'd be great. And the woman then boarded a flight out of the country, and she didn't even get interviewed by police. So that's it. Kevin's off the hook. Thank God. Free Kevin Meaney.
Mike,
Free Kevin Meaney.
It sounds to me like that lady was the meanie in this situation.
If Hillary Clinton runs for president, Monica Lewinsky will come up. It's inevitable, but it sounds like Hillary is trying to nip that in the bud already. People ask her if she's read Monica's recent Vanity Fair essay. She said, quote, "No, I dealt with all that in my book, Living History. That was a long time ago. I certainly have moved on." She added, quote, "I'm not going to comment on what did or didn't happen. I think everybody needs to look to the future." So, hey, good answer. Yeah. I'm with Hillary on that one. Hallelujah. Donald Sterling is dropping his $1 billion lawsuit against the NBA and won't stand in the way of the sale of the L.A. Clippers to former Microsoft boss Steve Ballmer. Sterling was asked about the sale Tuesday night at a benefit for a homeless charity. I know, Rob, you've got that. Are you going to wait for the audio
tape,
ball?
Mike. I know you want to hear it now? We can do it now.
Yeah, let's hear it now. This is Donald Sterling.
It's all good, Mike.
I feel fabulous. I feel very good. Everything is just the way it should be, really. It may have worked out differently, but it's good. It's all good.
So you're done. You're okay.
Well, I'm okay. I'm okay. Is the NBA okay? I'm not sure about them. Is Adam Silver okay? I'm sure he's okay.
But now you move on. You move on with your life.
Move on.
In 27 seconds, his mood changed 6 times. The man is not balanced.
Is he okay? I don't know if he's okay. And who's the guy asking the question? Are you okay? Is it Larry King doing the interview?
I think it's a local NBC guy. I think it's.
Are
But
you
he's
okay,
older.
Donald? Are you going to be all right?
Sure, it's okay. It's all good.
Would you like a glass of water? Was your dinner okay? Did they cook your steak all the way through?
$2 billion.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's scary. In 2 years, it'll be the 50th Super Bowl, and since the NFL always uses Roman numerals, that means it'll be Super Bowl L. Or that's what it would have been before they decided that it looked too weird.
I hate this. I hate this story.
The
I
story
can't believe
is-
they're changing it.
Yesterday, the NFL announced that for the first time since Super Bowl IV back in 1970, they're dropping the Roman numerals in favor of regular numbers.
That sounds so weird.
Yeah.
The T-shirts are going to look weird.
Yeah, with the 5-0.
Yeah.
They're going to look super modern. The 2016 game in San Francisco will be titled Super Bowl 50. I don't know. I don't know if I even care, but I hate it as a broadcaster. I hated the Roman numerals.
Do you really?
I really did.
I
Yeah.
love Roman numerals.
Because you got to count them up.
I
They
love
got to
It was
remember what they
frustrating.
were.
It's fun.
The NFL said they've been working on the logo for the 50th Super Bowl since April of last year. Jesus Christ. Who's getting that paycheck? We're bringing in some proofs. Are we getting paid by the hour? Okay, bring that in there. We're all
Could you
set.
make the 5 look more like a 5?
Oh, my God. They went through 73 versions, and at some point along the way decided the L by itself didn't work. After 73 tries, God bless the NFL.
You know what they should have done is for in Spanish countries, they should have called it El Super Bowl.
El Super Bowl.
I'm really curious. I'm really curious if they consulted 73 doctors about the concussions that the guys get in the NFL. Probably not 73
No.
doctors, but they'll sure look at 73 versions of the effing logo. Those dumbasses.
They'll end up having
Really.
to write a check to Dan Marino for LXMCMML dollars.
It's going to be tough for this woman to argue she wasn't driving drunk, but no one can question her devotion to being a party girl. Now a little something for you boys. 28-year-old Kathy Sanchez, and I always incidentally, when I read Sanchez, I always use the Napoleon Dynamite pronunciation. and now a speech from Pedro Sanchez.
He's one of Oscar's.
28-year-old Kathy Sanchez of Glendon, Minnesota, was driving her Buick LeSabre on Sunday around 2 a.m. when the cops pulled her over for swerving at the best sign. This is the best sign that she was driving drunk and knows how to party. They found 3 Jell-O shots in her pockets.
In her pocket.
In her pocket.
That's the best place for them.
Always put them in your pocket. If that wasn't enough evidence she was driving drunk, her speech was slurred, her eyes bloodshot, she smelled like booze, and she failed a bunch of sobriety tests, and she blew a .136 on the breathalyzer.
Oh, my God.
That's a good one.
She also tried to give the cops a fake name, but when they figured out who she was, they found that she had 3 previous DUI convictions.
Oh, that's not
and her
okay.
license had been taken away because she was a danger to public safety.
Jeez
Are you ready?
Louise.
Yes.
She's facing up to 14 years in prison.
Oh.
Wow.
So, don't drive with the Jell-O shooters in your pocket. In a related news story, Jimmy's Old Town Tavern has canceled plans for their drive-through shooter bar. Thank you. Tribute to our friend Jimmy, who's nominating his friend Eric for the Nobel Prize. Weird story there. Another thing we didn't get to on this show today. We'll take a break, come back with the Audio Vault and Rob Spewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of our program is brought to you by The Man Great.
Yes.
I'm not going to ask the question anymore because I think by now, people that listen to the Mike O'Mara Show, you should know what the Man Great is. But we assume all the time that people know what it is. And even though we tell you it's 100% made in America, it's cast iron, we rarely tell you exactly what you do with it. You get the Man Great out of your lovely cardboard box that comes with a delightful grill brush
Oh, the grill brush, Mike, if I can jump in just for a second. A lot of time, they focus on the bristles and the brush itself, but let us turn our attention, if you will, to the actual shaft, the hardwood All-American shaft.
Oh, hey, shock jock.
Mike, this thing makes the greatest splint. If your daughter has a problem with her ankle, you use an ace bandage and that thing, and she's going to heal like a son of a bitch.
Right, there you go. I like that.
Father's Day is, I think, just about a week and a half away.
A week from Sunday, yeah.
Get on it.
Week and a half, really. We always say this is why Man Greats comes on with us this time of year, because it's a great gift for Dad's Day. They're the perfect gift for Father's Day, and they're cast iron, heavy-duty restaurant-quality grates that you put on your spindly little Weber or your spindly little gas grill that doesn't have decent grates. One of the weakest parts of your gas grill systems in most cases are the grilling grates, and this really is an inexpensive way for just $19.99 to completely upgrade your grill system with Man Grates. Remember, each order comes with the brush. Again, that's the Man Grate Grill Enhancement System. Order today at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and you'll have the juiciest, most delicious Father's Day ever. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault for today, Thursday, June 5th, 2014. Rob Spiewak.
You didn't mention my favorite nickname for Don Zimmer, which is Popeye. And that one came a
Popeye,
little
yes.
later because he looked like Popeye. And Mike,
Yeah, had the round face.
I play this tape as a tribute not only to Don Zimmer, but also a tribute to one of my favorite guys that's still broadcasting, Vin Scully. He tells
Scully.
He's still the best guy in baseball. Tells a great story about Don Zimmer. And just to put just a little focus on how long Vin Scully has been calling ball games, he's recalling a game he covered, Mike, in 1953. Can you imagine it? He covered a game in 53, and he still called this. This is from last night's Dodgers game. Check out this great tribute to Don Zimmer.
He was the most beloved Dodger amongst his teammates. There are those who are very popular. There were those who are respected. But rarely do you ever put the title beloved on a player. And Zimmer was. One reason, he was seriously beamed twice. He was having a great year in July of 1953 at St. Paul. The batter Van Slyke takes a strike.
Isn't it great the way he can tell this story and still call the game?
And, you know, I read the entire bio of Don Zimmer today, and Vin Scully, what a broadcaster, man. I mean, God, just show this to baby broadcasters.
Exactly.
This is telling a story. Cool. This is I'm riveted by it again because Vin Scully's doing it.
Let me get back to the tape.
Named Jim Kirk hit him in the head. He was unconscious for 13 days, couldn't speak, and lost 40-some-odd pounds. And 1953 was the year the Dodgers went into the World Series. And they loved Don Zimmer so much, they asked the commissioner, could he possibly sit in the dugout with us? And the commissioner said yes. Strike two pitch is squirted foul, still 0-2. And I remember doing that first game in the World Series, and there was Zimmer surrounded by his teammates, and he couldn't speak, could not say a word. But they had a place for him in the dugout. Dodgers battling the Yankees in 53.
There is no one better than Vin Scully. I could listen to him do anything.
I've never heard
a lot of
that
memories.
story.
Yeah, a lot of Red Sox memories with me and Don Zimmer. A lot of painful memories too.
Yeah, I bet.
It's funny, you know. He's the manager of the Red Sox, third base coach for the Red Sox, and then went to the Yankees and won a lot of championships, being Joe Torre's bench coach. And then the really, you know, it was a violent moment, but a hysterical moment.
Do you want to hear it?
The
2003 Fenway Fracas.
This the Fenway Fracas 2003. Pedro Martinez throwing at guys' heads on the Yankees. Huge bench clearing brawl. And 70-whatever-year-old Don Zimmer comes out of the dugout and goes after Pedro Martinez. And, you know, God love him. Everybody loved Don Zimmer.
Oh, my goodness. Don Zimmer and Pedro Martinez. Oh, that's awful. Don Zimmer, a 72-year-old man, went into Pedro Martinez's face, and Pedro Martinez threw him down.
It was a bad hit.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Awful. That was absolutely awful.
Wow.
I want to
but it was great television.
Let me change the topic. In Portsmouth, England, Mike, there is something called the Portsmouth Symphonia. It is a children's orchestra. And the only requirement to be a part of it is you're not allowed to have any sort of professional musical training. You can't be a professional musician and be in this Symphonia. And I think you will agree they probably stick to those rules pretty close when you hear this performance of 2001, A Space Odyssey. They'll do better this time.
Why have I heard this before?
We've done a similar one before, but this is a new one. This is from
Okay.
England. And with the good sounds of the Symphonia behind us, Mike, I want you to know that the next time you go to the shopping mall, do not be afraid. Sbarro is not going out of business.
This week, Sbarro's Pizza announced that it has gotten itself out of bankruptcy and will now finally be able to afford that extra vowel. Sbarro's was able to get themselves out of bankruptcy without having to Sbarro any money. Sorry about that.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
All listener mail for the Mike O'Mara Show can be sent to our man Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Remember, if you send it, we might read it. If you need to do it the old-fashioned way, our address is TMOS Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia 20177. And remember, our official e-voice hotline is open right now.
When?
Right now. At 800-440-8167. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying, see you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.